Good afternoon, Tom. Again, G Force. G is for gratitude. G is for gratitude. What a day. What a day. You know, every moment is the most important moment of our lives. And I'm so grateful to be here on Monday after a great weekend of cold weather and got to watch some football games and got to catch up on some personal projects here around the house. So I'm so grateful for this moment. But G is for gratitude. It powers our potential. It changes our perspective. It negates negativity. Even in the worst of times, and we've lost somebody or a disappointment or challenges, if we can go to a place of gratitude, we can change everything. It gives us a sense of hope, a good positive feeling when we think of something that brought us joy in our life and brought us happiness and be grateful. See, this moment is the most important moment you have in your life, no matter what is happening in and around you or what happened yesterday and what you think might happen tomorrow. But I guarantee you, if you take the moment and be grateful for this moment, watch what will happen tomorrow. Take that moment and embrace it. So gratitude is a very powerful, powerful principle to apply in your life. But today I got a couple things I want to do. I'm just going to be on here for a short bit of time. We'll get into a couple lessons out of Bob Burg's book, The Go-Giver. The Go-Giver. He's going to be, mark your calendars, turn on your notifications for this date. Bob Burg is coming on Friday, February 11th, the author of this book. I'm not going to dive into the book. We just really want to hear it from the author, what inspired him to write this book, what's the underlying message around the book, and how to apply these things in your personal life, in your business life. Because I believe it's not the principle he talks about business, but life it should be considered as a business. The business of life, I guess the best way to put it, is that we've got to take and have a good perspective, a good vision for ourselves, a good why for ourselves and our families. Those are principles we talk about in business all the time. But if you don't have a clear purpose and why personally, the rest of it doesn't mean a whole lot. Got to know why you're here, what you're going to be doing in your life. And the Go-Giver really gives a good outline about giving and serving. So I'm going to cover two elements of this book today. But so turn on your notifications for February 11th, noon Central Time, 1 p.m. Eastern. And tonight on Elevate Your Profits, Mark Gasser and I have an opportunity to interview somebody that's very dear to my heart, somebody that has been my best friend, my best advocate, somebody I love so deeply. And we're going to interview this person. This is Kathy Ginn. This is my love of my life. But we're bringing Kathy in tonight on Elevate Your Profit. She's going to talk about why to have a plan B in business, why to have multiple streams of income, why to have a purpose, passion for what you do, and a love for what you do. We're going to feature her tonight, and because Elevate Your Profit is about helping people that desire to be in business or those in business have different perspective. Find out what other people that are succeeding in business are doing. And I've seen it firsthand and experienced firsthand. I've learned from her in so many different ways. So tonight, 6 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central Time. Let me say that again. 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern. You're going to be introduced to Kathy Ginn. There she is again. And we're going to talk about her upcoming book that's coming out, her first published book. And there's the title of the book. And take down these banners so you can see that. There it is. It's being launched in March. And 30 years of experience teaching the principles that she's been taught and utilizes in her life and in her business. The soul of ethical service. So turn on your notifications to hear her interview tonight on Elevate Your Profits, Mark Gassert and I. What I really like to do is sort of just jump off into a couple things right here and just save most of the comments and conversation around this book. And I was going through it the other day, and certain things catch my eyes. I've read the book, but sometimes I go back through it. You catch something you didn't see the first time, or you maybe have a different level of awareness in or around it. And I mentioned this last time. The first law, it's actually the third law in the book that he's talking about, the law of value. I believe the first thing you have to understand the law of value is you have to value yourself. Do you believe that you're worthy to give? Are you worthy to receive? So that's a law. So if you're not feeling good about who you are and why you do what you do, you're not going to see the laws working for you. So the law of value is very important in this story. And what value do you really take to the world? Is it authentic? Is it you? Is it purposeful? Does it have a mission? Is there a why tied to it? Is there a vision tied to it? Is love tied to it? What value? But before you can give value and get anything back, you've got to value yourself. The go-giver. Then the next thing I want to just bring up is that in the law of value is the condition. If we have been conditioned from everything in our life, even before we were born, we have been conditioned in life. And when we grow up, we start seeing different values expressed in how we receive and give. Either they're positive and or negative. And the secret of the value, the law of value, is give, give, give. Give, give, give. With nothing in expectation in return. Because you love to. Because you love to. It's not a strategy. Many times people read these books, they go, oh, that's a great strategy. I'm going to do this and I'm going to get something in return and I'm just going to leverage that. And, but you got to walk it. Got to walk the talk. It's your essence. It's who you are. It's not a strategy. It's a way of life. It's a way of life. Because many people want to leverage it and use clout. And that's what we've been conditioned to think. How do we uncondition ourselves to be givers without any expectations in return? So that's just the one thing that I really wanted to plant the seed today. Can't really wait to really ask these questions of Bob Burg when he comes in a week from Friday. The law of compensation is something that caught my eye. And, many people are wondering why they're struggling in life. Compensation isn't just what we get paid weekly or monthly or annually or whatever the case may be. The law of compensation is those things that come back to us in value, that we've served somebody, we see their joy, their gratitude. That is compensation. It doesn't always have to be something monetary or of the world or something tangible. The law of compensation. See, it's not all about education and knowledge. It really comes down to wisdom, a passion to serve, help more people. The more people we serve and help without anything in with expectations, the universe will deliver more to us than we can recognize on the front end. The law of compensation. Bob Proctor talks about that. We get paid directly in life to the value we put out. The relationships that we get are directly related to the value that we give. We draw back exactly like. So the law of compensation. You can evaluate the returns you're getting in life emotionally, physically, monetarily. We can track that down and understand, were we serving? Were we giving? It should be a way of life. A way of life. And he says in here, your true worth is determined by how much more you give in value than you take in payment. That you take in payment. You're giving more than you're getting back. That payment doesn't have to be a check or a credit card. When we can comprehend this on a personal basis, apply it with gratitude, and give without expectation, the law of compensation kicks in. In our income, when we say income, that could be tied with a check or monetary rewards, but the income could also be extrapolated to different values that you may have, relationships, friendships, our communities that we're involved with, and the income that we get, the things that come to us in a positive way. And he says this, your income is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. And how well you serve them. See, I was conditioned growing up that giving was a manipulative process. You know, you're wanting something returned. A short-sightedness on my side, but it was culturally brought up to think that until I learned different. And the more we give, we can have some gratitude. It will, like I say, gratitude powers potential. He mentions that in the book. When we give, it powers our potential of income. Interesting. The more you study, the more you understand, these books, these writings go deeper than just feel good words. How much can we learn from giving? Can we receive, and what can we learn from that is equally as important, as Bob talks in this book. And when we go from a place of true gratitude, the laws of the universe open up. The laws of the universe open up. When we go to the law of giving, there are no limitations. Infinite supply. That's one of the things that I was talking about. Our potential, we all live in a box. No matter where we station in life we are, we all have some sort of limiting belief. But if you could just learn that there's an infinite supply waiting you, understanding that with the right mindset, those things will show up. Apply these principles, the go-giver. The laws work for you. But see, we've been conditioned for limiting beliefs, limitations. When you understand these laws, that there's infinite supply of everything you need, there's infinite supply. It's already around you. But if we're not working within law, we're not even aware and we can't see it. But when we get in tune to that, opportunities, people, circumstances change. Doors open that would never have been opened before. And it's one of the things he's talking in this book is the go-givers in business. Things start happening differently. See, most people in business are transactional. Put me in that category. If I do X, I want to get some sort of transaction. I'm going to get an appointment. I'm going to get a conversation. I'm going to get the next step in the process to earn some business. And see, he says here, and I'm just looking at this quote in his book, everyone can be successful because anybody can give. It's pretty powerful. You think about it. Anybody can become successful because anybody can give. It doesn't take a special intellect. It doesn't take a special talent. It doesn't take who you know. We all have the ability to learn to give unconditionally. When you read these words and contemplate them and just don't and understand this, it goes beyond just doing good. See, a lot of people think that people who are getting rich are people who do good. There's a lot of good people out there doing good, but they're not getting rich. And in many different areas of their life, they're doing good. They're not harming anybody, but there's a science, there's a different level of understanding of do good. To give is very powerful. That anybody can improve the richnesses of their life, experience real success by understanding the principles of this book. So with that, I just wanted to bring some attention to February 11th. On Friday, I'm not doing a workshop. On Wednesday, I've got commitments. But on Friday, I will be diving back into this book. Get this book. Bob has written many different books in and around these principles. Again, the law of compensation. Your income, whatever's coming to you, could be relationships, it could be more than just a paycheck, is determined by how many people you serve and how well you serve them. I'll close with that. So tonight, 6 p.m. Eastern, Mark Gasser and I, Elevate Your Profits. Turn on your notifications because we're going to interview Kathleen Ginn, a very special person in my life, but she's got a great lesson to teach tonight on having a passion and purpose in your business, how to create multiple streams of income. And she's a true living example of the go-giver. You want to be there tonight. This is her first book. It's being launched in February. So we'll talk a little bit about that as well. Phenomenal book. Great accolades from her profession on it before we even launched it. Can't wait to share that with everybody tonight and interview Kathleen. So turn on your notifications, 6 p.m. Eastern. Elevate your profits. We'll see you then.